Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. With me, Matt. We have a 1v1 for you all here on the Lost Glider. Let's go for the players. We have sent the Germans today. We have Tony straight at the gate with Drone Tactics for die Waffennesses. We have sent the service today. We have Arthurs. Not a command church yet. This should be interesting. Light Glider is a fairly small map with some decent terrain a little bit about. Lots of light cover and some heavy cover in the center around the graveyard. This could be interesting. Looks like Tony's going for double Vallonian start early on, which is a typical play if you're playing a Storm. It allows you to get some cheaper units out, so the Waffennesses can get a little bit more field presence. And against the Soviets, that can sometimes be pretty handy to have, as the Soviets can bring a lot of conscripts to just cover the field.
You need something built?
The no command church yet, no. They haven't counted the Storm Pioneers though. Storm Pioneers move around the open like that. They don't want to do that. They should probably want to just stay back at range and fire. So they managed to get a few kills there. Now they can just pull back there and keep taking the point. But the sap was not very accurate at range. Like the conscripts are now considered very high quality infantry. They're considered very poor. So they managed to kill a Storm Pioneer. Probably because we're firing at them trying to set up sandbags. You are easier to hit if you're trying to construct things, by the way. So try to not do that while you're under fire. It'll be pretty bad for you. Yeah, another conscript squad arriving here for the Soviets. So it's going to be many conscripts here for Arthurs. Not a bad call early on in a 1v1 to try and get some more ground. Well, it looks like we have triple Vallonians here for Tony. Tony is going very heavy on more cost-effective German infantry. We'll try and help them keep a field presence. Molotov being tossed here by the Frontoviki. Technically, they are Frontoviki. I actually know they are Frontoviki. They're Prisnivki. Vallonians go down anyway. Oh, not a little bit here for the Storm Pioneers. A little bit too close. They need to pull back. And now the conscripts have a good line of sight here, but the conscripts do suck at aiming. But sometimes the sheer volume of firepower is enough, just like that time. You should probably have begun their retreat a little bit earlier. This is gonna hurt Tony for quite a while. They haven't even connected any of these points yet. Ooh, that's bad. At least as the Waffennesses, you're not reliant on the Storm Pioneers to take up. Like with the Vermin, if you're using Pioneers, you need them to actually take up here. The Learners need to be very careful in these engagements. Once we find range to the base. And they're not really using our cover. That's a Molotov. Arthur's is using a lot of very good positioning here. Not looking good for Tony so far. Conscripts actually getting a lot of work done here for Arthurs early on. If the Learners can just stay at range behind cover, especially heavy cover, they can actually win out these engagements. It's going to take a while. Actually, they're not winning that engagement at all for some reason. Conscripts just pulling a little bit back now. I'll see a Maxim coming in behind us. But Tony's just going full on Vallonians. So it's managed to get a lot of territory because of this. This could be very bad. I assume Tony is trying to hope for some Sturmgewehrs. And hope the Sturmgewehrs will turn this around. It'd be very costly to hold on for. They need to get 60 munitions for 2 Sturmgewehrs per squad. That is very costly. Big German force here. That's triple Vallonians. That's a lot of well, technically these are not Germans, but lots of German rifles in the hands of some Benelux men. Oh, they're just assaulting the position. Molotov going that way. You can see heavy cover really pays off in this kind of situation. That's it. The Germans did manage to push the turrets back here a little bit. I believe the Vallonians are mostly from the Netherlands and Belgium, and Wallonia, obviously, which is actually a part of Belgium, I think. I think Wallonia is the French-speaking part of Belgium. I think the Flemish areas are the Dutch-speaking parts, if I'm remembering correctly. They're mostly from the French-speaking part of Belgium, I think. I think there's also a few Spanish passes inside the Vallonians, but I'm not sure. I might be misremembering that. Also, we have an MG-34 coming out here manned by some German stormtroopers. Looks like we've gone for shock arm here for Office, which allows him to get a universal carrier. You can have a little bit of an armored transport moving about. The Loons have managed to get a little bit of ground again here for the Germans. But here comes the universal carrier, which the Valonians are not really equipped to deal with. Time to get behind cover quickly. MT-34 is moving up. Ooh, I don't think the MT-34 wants to be here anywhere near that universal carrier. Panzerjäger are coming out. They need to just retreat at MG. Yeah, good. That's what you want to do. The Loons are setting up across the structures now, though. Which might give them enough time to hold. We'll have to see. We have some shock troopers coming out here for the Soviets as well. DPMs are being handed out to some of the conscript squads. The veteran ones, anyway. They need to be veterans too to get one. Panzerjägers have been spotted here. Conscript's going to start shooting them with the DPM, suppressing them. Loans quickly trying to push up here. Need to be careful, that universal carrier can still be a problem. The Loans have got some cover now to work with. And some pretty damn good accurate shots in, actually. MG coming up behind us, setting up a negative cover though. They can't suppress the universal carrier. Oh, they're moving it. Best thing actually need to get it behind cover. Shock troopers on the field. Balloons setting up. Panzerjäger's also behind. They're going to try and focus on that universal carrier. And the Soviets just going to focus on the Panzerjägers out in the open. Very good. That's what you want to do. Because they are a very soft target out in the open like that, and the balloons don't really have much cover left. There's some burning bells, which aren't really the best kind of cover. The MT-34 set up. When it's able to suppress the storm, the shock troopers, they have to pull back. There's quite an intense infantry engagement going on here. Balloons going to try and push for the south here. Let's get a few more resources in German hands. There's a Maxim nearby, but the Maxim cannot hit them, I think. I think they're just out of range. Never mind. They could hit the sandbags, though. But not the balloons themselves, so they just stay right there. That is really lucky. Universal carrier quickly comes down now. Germans will take the point, though. And the Koskis are rushing down to take the point back. Panzerjägers are trying to relocate. We have a tech-up truck coming up here for the Waffen-SS. The Waffen-SS take-up via upgrading their trucks here. That's going to be immobilized, I think. It's also being suppressed. I think it's basically an easy target to kill now. No, it's not. It's not actually immobilized. It's just lost a bit of its mobility. Put the instant grenade there. It cannot fire anymore. It's lost its gunner.
Ready to execute and workers of the Soviet Union.
Germans are still getting territory though. The shock troopers are now coming out more ready for action again here for the Soviets, and these units are very dangerous. Shock troopers are very expensive, but pretty damn good at what they do. These are not the full-on elite-oriented ones, but they're still pretty damn good. With double DPM here, they can do a lot of firepower. Like, this squad's gonna be in trouble. Yeah, they have to quickly retreat. Using one guy in the retreat there. They have another Panzerjäger coming to replace the lost one. Germans are now taking up with them with their infantry Hauptquartier. It allows them to heal and get some more advanced infantry support weaponry. Like MG-42s and I believe PACs as well. And some more elite infantry based on their commanders. Ooh, that MG-34 is moving towards the double DPMs there. Yeah, they are not going to make that. Double DPMs laying down way too much suppressive fire. But now they have the infantry half got there. Plus they get stormtroopers if they want. It also allows them to get the Unsturmfree if they need it. Or the Panzergrenadiers. But no packs or similar. They do get an MG42 from it. Is the pack not from this? Or I might just not be able to see it on this screen. So we still have a little bit of the upper hand on the map territory-wise. We do start to see some Sturmgewehrs now coming out to the Valonians, which will drastically increase their firepower. Do not underestimate these squads when they get Sturmgewehrs. They can get a lot of work done, but it is very costly to upgrade them with it. Like 60 munitions is not a cheap investment. Shocktrooper's got the better angle there. Forcing the Valonians to relocate a little bit. I don't think even the Sturmgewehrs are going to win in that engagement. Because the double DPM is a little bit too much, I think. Ooh, I'm not sure if that's smart. Yeah, Inverse carry moved up to be hit by anti-tank rate there. That's probably not the intended result. Well, that's what happens. Ooh, the MG might be trying to flank here. More Valonians coming up. That's a lot of Valonians coming up. And they're grading away. And the machine gun is not really making a move here. The now it's moving into the structure. I don't think they want to stay there. Sabaton's coming up. Oh, but the Stormtrooper's dead. That's a pretty big loss for the Soviets. Now the MG34 is present. Valonians do go down, but the Shocktrooper's loss is pretty big. Instead, we see an elite squad of Shocktroopers now called in. These are the 400 cost ones, and they're being fully equipped with PPSHs. They're going to be exceptionally lethal in medium to close range combat. I think one of the best assault infantry in the entire game, actually, when they're fully equipped like that. They can lay down a lot of firepower in very quick succession. Even start suppressing enemies just because of submachine guns.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
They still need to be cautious of a machine gun, though. Machine gun can still get them to the ground. But they can break suppression, though. They have a... No. Oh, these guys... Yeah, they have a for Stalin, which allows them to break suppression. Makes them much more vulnerable to be hit, though, I think. When they do it. So it's a little bit costly to do. But it allows them to get out of a pitch of a situation if they need to. Or an assaulted machine gun. It'll take some losses. Ooh, and that's a pretty damn sneaky hiding position. They'll shoot anything that comes through in these little entryways here. Very cheeky. And for being an old game at this point, the game still looks pretty good on the models here. Not bad looking. More Shocktroopers inside the structure here. Looks like the Valonians grabbed the DPM to use against the Soviets. He's trying to sight in the gun. Not really used this Soviet weapon yet. Probably read a manual or two or something, I don't know. There was distributed a lot of field manuals on how to operate Soviet equipment on the Eastern Front. Because the Germans had quite a fondness for taking Soviet equipment and using it against them. That's because the Soviets left a lot of equipment behind sometimes. Especially early on in the war.
Heavy machine gun team ready for battle.
Shocktroopers lying nearby. Oh, I'm not sure moving out like that was a smart move. We'll see. Oh, and now they open up. Yeah, those PPSHs just mow down anything in their way. Very dangerous squad. But they need to not overstay their welcome. The Germans are lacking in stuff that can actually fight them head on. We have an MG42 moving around here. Need to be very careful wherever it sets up.
There is no shame in manual labor.
The trench being established here by the Soviets, probably for the Maxim to use. Ooh, be very careful there.
Send orders.
MG42 can cover the point here. They get sight on them. That's a smoke grenade. That's actually very cheeky. It allows them to get closer here. And the balloons are moving up. Impact rate being tossed by both sides. But that's not an impact rate. Oh, that's a Gebaldeladung. That actually almost killed the shock troopers. Forced them off. Yeah, you don't want to stay near anyone throwing a Gebaldeladung your way. But T-5476 is now being prepared by the Soviets. They're gonna transition and escalate this into a tank fight. Please force the Germans to get some kind of anti-tank equipment out. No longer just gonna be an infantry engagement. A little skirmish along the front line. Now it's gonna become a full-blown assault zone.
T-34 ready for combat.
As here comes the first T-34, ready to break through the German lines. German lines that are actually barely held by Germans. Mostly held by some of the Waffen-SS here. Waffen-SS foreign troops at that. Maxim is going to be able to cover this area pretty damn handily. Not a lot of easy ways to advance here. So the T-54 might be waiting for a second one. Who knows? It might just be able to push into action immediately. Not going to be much to stop it. But that Panzerjäger. And the Panzerjäger does not have a Panzerschreck. Now I realize they're dealing with tanks coming in. Which they're not really equipped for at the moment. Oh! What's a satchel charge there from the Sabres destroying that structure? At least setting it ablaze. Panzerjäger's trying to do the best here, but they're not really equipped at the moment. Panzerfaust are being handed out though. Which will require the tanks to get closer though before they can do anything against them. But it's far cheaper. 50 munitions, although it is only 60 manpower to change to a Panzerschreck for the Panzerjägers. Oh, it's going for the machine gun up there, but there's also some shock troopers in here. Oh, the Panzerjäger's gonna run into the machine gun fire of the shock troopers. That's gonna force a machine gun out. The shock troopers keeping an eye on the center again. Getting inside the church to make that observation points, and then moving out again quickly. Having a look around. Ooh, and they know there's no machine gun on anymore. The stuff gets to really stop the shock troopers from advancing. Shock troopers just mowed them down out in the open here. I'm not sure what the Aufklar are doing. Oh wow, and the shock troopers actually got mowed down. There's a little bit too much there. Panzerfaust going off. Oh, they're not close enough. And it suppressed them. I don't think they can get close anymore. They're gonna try it. They had to get the Panzerfaust off. Doing a little bit of damage there, but it's not enough. It's gonna force the T-54 to back off. Shocktroopers being quite effective here. Able to suppress as they advance up slowly. Balloons are just being forced to the ground. Have another T-54 coming around. The balloons are just not equipped for dealing with this. This is way too experienced and elite Soviet infantry pushing up. Now they have tank support as well. You do see a Raketenwerfer being pulled out here for the Germans. Buying an 8.8cm rocket. This is basically a Panzerschreck on wheels. More or less. I think it fires the exact same rocket, actually. 8mm. Hey, I guess that's 8.8cm, actually. I think it's the same rocket. I might be mistaken. Could very well be mistaken. Ooh, those Aufklars are gonna get spotted. Ooh, yeah, they got spotted. Let's kill them quick. Mthis has to be very careful with his movements, though. Although this thing is dangerous. Sitting up there. It's gonna fire a rocket, I think. Yep, gotta go a rocket shot right there on the T-54. It's a very mobile little anti-tank weapon. Pretty damn useful. I think only certain commanders get access to it, and one of them being Sturm here. Because it's very good for assaulting a position, because it can move with the infantry very easily, unlike the packs. Oh, machine gun team mode down there. T-54 is quite dangerous. Recording sets up. Panzerfaust. They can rocket off. They can. T-54 goes down. Panzer does get killed though. Second Raketenwerfer being prepared. Germans are trying to make a move over the center. That's a grenade. Just a basic fragmentation though. Germans have secured the central graveyard now, but the T-54 we're going to move in to challenge it because the Valonians just don't have the equipment of dealing with this. Here comes the shock troopers behind. That is a lot of shock troopers. Very elite Soviet force here. Zappers might be overrun here, but they do have a Maxim nearby. Ooh, those balloons have to get out of there. You do not want to stay when the shock troopers nearby like that. You need to just make a run for it. There you go. What can the Germans do here? They are preparing to take up again, I think. When you're setting up their flak on their Panzerhauptquartier, which will allow them to get tanks out. At least I assume so. They're probably planning to put it over here so I can also cover the ground a little bit. It will, however, be vulnerable to enemy tanks. You have to be very cautious where you place it. A double Raketenwerfer is certainly going to be a good bit of anti-tank equipment here if they can keep them in the right spots. The shock troopers taking more territory. Here's what's happening, and they just quickly pull out. They're behind some cover. But the Germans know where the cover is. Then just vault behind heavy cover. But the Sturmgewehrs are still... Oh, never mind! That double EPM play is really working out here for the Soviets. Indeed, the Germans are sitting up over here. Cover their rear line. Raketenwerfer remains on the move. Okay. How much can a German... you can even see, not much. They just know there's a machine gun inside that building. I think the shock troopers might want to get out of there. There's only two of them left. But the Germans are running out of equipment and units. I think the Soviets are about to spot the forward headquarters. They can get in a good spot here. See if they stop up. That'll give them enough view. Not enough this time, actually. Reduce the Panzer IV being prepared. A good choice. They need something. T-54 on the move here. Heavy mortar also setting up. So it's preparing for a little bit of an assault here. Threatening the machine gun inside the structure again. But the Raketenwerfers are nearby. But the Soviet infantry and Maxims are nearby too. We need to be very careful where they place these Raketenwerfers. Because the Soviets would love to get their hands on these. The heavy mortars just starting to bomb towards them. I think the Germans realize they need to quickly move these things back. Well, stuff like that can happen. Oh, they spot the recon team. Panzer IV has reached the front line. Machine gun and side skirts are already being upgraded. Now here's the one problem with the shock troopers. They don't really have a lot of good anti-tank equipment on them. So a Panzer IV is generally a pretty decent choice, but the T-54s, if they are used correctly, you need with a Panzer IV J. We need to see what happens. But in general, these shock troopers are not really equipped for dealing with tanks. That's not really their job. They're meant to deal with fortified positions of infantry and assault them. Even if I knows it's just a Panzer IV J8, it has a decent chance, especially when there's two of them, and has no Raketenwerfers to cover it. Oh. Panzer IV's been pretty lucky so far. One rocket there hits the T-54. One more rocket should do it. But they have been suppressed, so they're going to be very slow to fire and aim. Oh, hits the wall there. I suppose I'm being loaded there by the J. Not doing too much. If I was going to go for a cheeky shot here. Ooh, penetrates at that. That Panzer forced to pull back for repairs. But they can get repaired right here thanks to the forward headquarters. This thing is going to be quite fine as long as they can keep it protected. Knocks inside the structure there and they realize it. The heavy mortar keeps firing. Not really hitting too much at the moment though. But the Romans are quickly finding out that they cannot really push for the center here with all the Soviets. At least for the infantry. We do have a Siscon coming up for the Soviets too to try and help deal with this Panzer IV. And they're going to move the Panzer IV to deal with the structure. Getting trying to hit at max range here, which is not really working out that well. T-54 is going to go for the Panzer IV. Both sides fail to penetrate. They're also still a little bit too close, packed up here, which means the heavy mortar can get some good shots in. They've both been pinned down. Like, you need to try and spread them out. If you just pile them up like that, they become very easy targets for heavy mortars like this one. Panzer IV still holding on though. It was good to grab the Raketenwerfer, they have to pull the thing back. They are going for heavy tank tech up though. They're really investing in. And the Soviet infantry is preparing to push down here. And the Germans are just losing more of their infantry in these firefights. The shock troops are providing a lot of good support fire with those DPMs. The conscripts with their own DPMs are just providing even more support fire. Just so many bullets. Lots of that machine gun fire. Second Panzer IV J is being prepared. That's exactly what you want in this kind of situation. You need more tanks out. So it's a part of a tank hunter squad as well. He's already telling him he's gonna push when he gets an IS-2. Which is just what Arthas is waiting for, because Arthas is playing a shock. Means he can get an IS-2. That's a full load side of the high explosive round. Kills the hit. He needs to use cover here. They're out in the open. It's not really going to work for them. More shots can just get on the flank now. Yeah, the Raketenwerfer is not really prepared for this. The Panzer IVs are keeping the Soviet infantry suppressed is firing it, but they're gonna get killed there by a PTS shot. This rock is really helping the Soviets a lot, actually. Second Panzer IV pulls up here. IS-2 is prepared by the Soviets though. The heavy mortar is just continuously being on point here, aiming for where the Raketenwerfers are. Is it Raketenwerfers? I think it's Raketenwerfers. Panzer IV threading a T-34 over here. Takes out the T-34. There's another T-34 on the flank there. Oh, heavy mortar hit straight on top of the Panzer IV. Panzer IVs have to pull back for repairs, but the T-34 can go in for some kills. Smoke being popped. Raketenwerfer being pulled forward. There's just no cover here for the Germans to use. I guess they have some heavy cover there, but they're not really utilizing it. Yeah, the Walloons are just suffering heavy losses here. Yeah, Germans are just being mowed down. Too much rapid fire here from the Soviet Union. You need to get repairs though on these tanks, but they don't really have the repair teams. They only have one repair team from the forward headquarters. Not gonna be fast enough, I think. Not gonna be fast enough at all. Now the heavy mortar's gonna be in position to start attacking the German base. A risky move here from the Panzer IV, but so far it's working out. You have also an Ostwing coming out. It's a little bit of a unique choice, but we're dealing with all the Soviet infantry. Problem is there's going to be an IS-2 arriving here. And the Germans are really going to have something that can beat this, I think. Siscon is also being pulled forwards. But IS-2 took some engine damage because they tried to displace it, but it didn't really work out. Here comes the Ostwind. Oh, good high explosive round though. When I killed in the Ostwind, they make it basically useless here. They have to pull back for repairs. Balloons are trying to advance here. Still, it's out in the open though. They need to keep this this cutoff point in their hands because they're not really getting any resources from the north as long as they don't have it. But the Soviets know that, and that's why they're keeping these troops here to prevent the Germans from getting this point. 54 IS-2 preparing to move. It's still been displaced, so they need to get an actual sapper team on that to fix it. Panzer forces trying to do their best. Just grab the Raketenwerfer again. Heavy mortar's just going to keep bombing the German positions. Not very much here. The Germans going to stop this. And now the IS-2 is about to arrive. And I do not think the Germans are in a position to stop an IS-2 from firing. Or at least stop it from doing anything, to be honest. An IS-2 is pretty damn dangerous. Well, they're still working with this with a damaged engine. We'll take name with an AP round. You have to be very careful with their positioning here. Panzer IV's on the move. Ostwind is going to try and get around the flank. Balloons are leading the way first. Being hit by Haxbus around there from the IS-2. Sescon gets a good shot in. IS-2 is going to go for a kill here. Good high explosive almost destroys the Panzer IV. Germans don't really have anything that can stop the armor of this thing. Panzer IVs are only gonna scratch the paint. Never mind, that's actually penetration. High explosive fails to do much there that time. And then the flank is getting overrun. And they know the Germans don't really have anything in the base to stop them. Still in these two Panzer IVs that are keeping the Soviets at bay. Really pulling back to get repairs. They're trying to grab these thing again. Looks like the thing has been called. IS-2 pushes up. Looks like it's kind of over here. They just talk a little bit as the game is ending. The IS-2 just slowly pushes up here. There we go. Seems like it's finally over. But the Soviets won that one. Hope you all enjoyed. Let's see you next one, everyone. Bye bye.